Hi. I don't have my cell phone with me. I can't remember what day it is. It's like the 12th or 13th. I know the 14th. Because I saw Cobra Kai yesterday. um, yeah, that was good. They won. But yeah, I for the last couple days I've just been hanging out here. I was applying to a bunch of jobs, but then I got one. I got a job over at Antonina's, but to take care of old people. But then it seemed like I got hired another job, like as like a trainer for. That seemed good. So I was like, hey, can I called Antonina? I'm like, can I postpone? She's like, yeah. And then I did get hired for full time for 2 months. I guess May 27th to August 7th over at Abbotsford Adventure as a mountain bike specialist. Teaching mountain biking at the bike park, but and the jumps and stuff. But called back Antonina's and I mentioned that, and then they didn't call me back or email me. And I didn't apply for a job for the last couple days because I've been or doing anything. I've been in like full sprint mode, trying to finish the template to my timeline. I keep thinking I could get done in a couple of days. That's why I haven't uploaded a video in the last couple of days. I haven't done anything. I've been going to the store once a day, spending money, because I've been like working so much, I've been forgetting to eat, and I don't have that. Yeah, I don't have that many choices for food right now. Just pasta and oatmeal and canned beans and stuff. But I had to like eat. I always felt like I was starving. So I got like these Mexican burritos and like ravioli. That was good. And did I get a fruit juice? Oh, I need to go and then check. But yeah, it's my like daily exercise too. It's yeah. So I'm like, man, as soon as I get done with the timeline template, I can get in shape. I need to get in shape now for like my job. So that's cool. Have a reason. I have to get the bikes put together, the mountain bike. Increase my loan up to 70. I could have gotten 150, but I don't know how much the interest would be on that. And I don't need to spend that much. But yeah, so that means I can pull on that. And anyway, I've been working so much that even the last 2 days that I'm exhausted. But so I kind of slept in today. But yeah, it takes forever because like I'm sweeping down all of my pages. I think there's like 666 or something pages of a timeline, and I'm working on AD, BC, and future. I don't know. I can't remember how many are in prehistory timeline. So, but most of them are in the AD, BC. So there's a lot, and it's like there's 20 of them, 20 sections, UN subregions, and I'm not. But there's 19 that I'm working on because world doesn't have all the different countries. And so, but all of those 19, it's like a bunch of pages because I have to do 500 sections, but those don't. I have to add. There's this one edit that I added, which was the font of the rainbow title of the UN subregion. I wanted it to be the font of the first country of that subregion because I didn't want the font to be plain. I wanted like to change all the fonts, have all the fonts have a font, even though to be able to see them all, you have to download. And I actually took that away. I need to put it back on my front page. Right at the top. You need to download, and I have it. You can download it from my website, the font packet. But you need, and it's easy. You just download it, and you just drag and drop it into a folder, into your fonts folder. But and I show how to do it. I explain how to do it. But all right, I explain and I link to a YouTube where somebody explains it. But you have to have Adobe. You have to either have some way of having all the fonts, or you have to have Adobe, because a lot of them are like from Adobe. So, but if you have all the fonts, man, it's just like any other website. And it's cool on my site because my site's designed to zoom in and out a lot. Because my list, like on the timeline and stuff, and when you zoom in, you can still see because there's also like icons all over the place that are links to Google Earth and stuff. And when you zoom in, you can still see the icons because I made them like 32 pixels, even though they're 20 on my site. But the fonts, they're vector, so they stay crispy when you zoom in, and then you get to look at these fancy fonts, which is cool. But it just helps personalize, personalize and help you keep track of what everything is. Standardize it all. So I was pasting all of those on. I'm not even for that doing batch edit. But the smaller thing you paste on, the quicker it goes on. So I think I just finished pasting that on. And then on South Asia, and I think I have 6 different UN subregions to go, including this one. It's the Souths and the Wests. South Asia, South America, South Europe. Is that all? South Africa? I'm doing South Africa right now. So that's 4, and then there's the West Europe, West Asia. Those are the 6s that I have to do. So, and I got bogged down, like, I don't know, was this like a month ago? I need to look on my YouTube, but I was like, I could finish this. Because I have to open up the same UN subregion for every different period. So it's the 2500s, but I only have to put the font on there. Yeah, but then it's 0 to 500, 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 1,500, 1,500 to 2,000, 2,000 to 2,500, 2,500 to 3,000, 3,000 to 3,500, 3,500 to 4,000, 4,000 to 4,500, 4,500 to 5,000. So that's 15 in the BC, and then 0 to 400, 580, 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 1,500, 1,500 to 2,000. 19 to 1950, 1950 to 2000, 2000, 2005, and 2005 to 2010. So that's 8 more. So that's 24. And then in the future, it's 2000 to 2050, 2050 to 2,100, 2,000 to 2,500, 2,500 to 3,000, 3,000 to 3,500, 3,500 to 4,000, 4,000 to 4,000. I think 3,000, and then 2,000 to 7,000, 2,000 to 52,000, yeah. And then up to, yeah, 4,000. So that's, like, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 24, 32 of those times 19, 32 times 19. I don't even know what that is. That's how many pages I had to do. And so I have to go across. And now but I had to rebuild all of the different time periods in there, because each country gets its own time period, so they're all handmade, but a lot of them, yeah. So then each one of those had to, and a lot of them have like 16, 15 countries in them. So, and then pasting them, it takes forever because the pages are big. So that's why it's just taking forever. So, and when I swept through the first one, I thought I could get it done in like a week, but then I remembered that I had to, rebuild it. This is something that I wanted to build kind of in the back of my head forever and never had the time, because I always knew how time-consuming it would be. But if it works, it'll be pretty cool. But and then once it works and then you fix it up, like complete it, which is like, I'll never be able to do that. It's like the concept. I'm just building the template so that I can then build it up and, get other people to help make it like an open source thing. Oh, but have like ChatGPT too do the whole thing. Help me with it, as it gets stronger. So that's cool. But yeah, I thought that I could finish it, but then I had all that other stuff. So I'm actually on my second round now. Like the first round took like 2 or 3 weeks or something while I'm applying to all these jobs, and I get distracted on this. And now I'm on the second round, and I'm doing it alphabetically. So that now I'm down at South Africa, but like I got bogged down forever on like a bunch. Like yesterday, I got bogged down on Oceania for long because I had to rebuild a bunch of them. Because somehow I didn't finish them on all of them on my first round because the computer a lot of the time was like getting slow, or I had to restart the computer to do something related to getting a job and stuff and looking for a job, and so I would have to like cut short a bunch of these ones, and then I forgot that I did, and so, but like I'm looking at South Africa now, and I just pasted on the new font. See, like, that's another thing that's complicated is, like, I have to paste this stuff on. And if I'm not, like, decisive with everything and had it all figured out in the beginning, and then I had to do it again. So, for some reason, that took me forever to realize about the font on that. But yeah, I just did that, and now all I have to do is paste on the links, the outside links, the links to the different time zones. So that's why I had to have all of them open for the same subregion, and so I have to check the links first, and then just paste them on. Which, if that's all I had to do, I could get done with it. These 6 next of them, maybe all of them today. I just have to hope that there's not all these other touch-ups, and there's other touch-ups that I had to do on the last one, and I think I'm gonna have to do on most of them. Is like just a small stuff I couldn't really decide on until recently, like where the times are. I had just too many of them above and below at the top, so I had to remove one, and then the main master link I had to take off because it was in the bottom of a lot of them. So those small things, but if as I was going down, I was getting better, so there's less of those. But even if there's only a couple of those, I could zoom through it today, so that's what I'm gonna try. And then once I'm done, and hopefully all the links work. Well, after that, I have to then fix the inside links, which you go to the links of all the different countries within that subregion. The way that my website is designed is really symmetrical. And so when you describe it, it's beautiful to then conceptualize how it's designed. And I could help picture all the history, that it writes. But like when you open up, because there's two ways to open to like batch edit, paste in the links when you build it or when you fix it. It's to open up the way that I have it now, where you open up like South Africa from all of those, what was it, 32 different folders, which takes 15 minutes to open. Then you go and you paste in on the outside the link to get that subregion to all the different time zones, all 19 of them. But then if you want to paste in to where you go wherever, any country within one time zone, you just open up every country in the folder. So now you have all the different subregions from that time zone. So then you would just paste in on the inside the time zones. I mean the regions, and so a lot of those I didn't finish. They don't have the images. There was the most recent edit I did. First it was words, and then I switched it to images. And I had the choice. I was thinking about making it the UN image and then under it the name of the UN. But I decided against it because it's easy enough to just memorize it. It's something you should memorize. I have the numbers with the number next to it because it's harder to learn, and it does warrant having the number next to it to study. But it would just take too much space if you put the name of the subregion under it. Even though it takes less space than the times, it would end up, I think, taking more space than the times. I should have double checked that though. Now I'm double thinking myself, second guessing myself. But also like the image of the UN subregion or the UN region. UN subregion with all the countries in it is in the middle, so you can see which one it is. There's other clues. There's enough clues where you don't need to, and it just looks better when it's just the subregion. So that's why I decided not to have the image there. But a lot of them, the text, but a lot of them still have the text with no image. So I had to paste. I'm gonna have to paste that in later, and I might do it just by individually. But so yeah, anyway, and then there's another snafu that could happen is that the links might not work because sometimes accidentally I maybe over paste, and if I paste something on top of something that's already there, it changes the ID tag to where it links to. So like if I have a bunch of subregions, and it's linked, and the ID tag is to, like a country, like South Africa, and then I accidentally link on top of it another South Africa, because I noticed I did that yesterday. There were like two. That's the only one I noticed I did it, so hopefully it won't be a problem, but then the ID tag, there can't be two of them, so it makes it South Africa 2. So then if I remove the first one, and then I'm left with the second one, without knowing it, now it's got the ID tag at South Africa 2, and now it won't work as a link. So, but luckily I caught myself on that one. But anyway, I'll check with the link. So after I fix all these pages, and like today or tomorrow. See, that's why I'm like so pressured to finish this. The other day I got $20 of weed. How many days ago? Yeah, and I think I'm gonna run out right now. I have just like one more bowl. I did smoke weed if I was going to work all the time on this. I might have to get more. Because I got the 70K, and I don't know when that comes through, but it comes through pretty soon, I guess. I can pool on that, so it's like money. But so and right now it's like the only thing I care about is finishing this. Um, um, so yeah, so then I would paste in the mother load. So the way, and I think it's really cool the way that the website, I could show, but I could also describe. I'll show it later, and that's why I want to finish this so I can give a demo. But like, it has the subregions, you know, and the links and everything, the subregions of time. And then below it has the links to everything in that page, which is all the countries. But then under that, I'm gonna have the other one that I made, and I pasted them on a bunch of pages, but not all. And when I pasted them on, some of them it was on the bottom, some of them it was in the top, and it's like, oh my god, like, but I built it, and then but I might have to edit it more because I have to add in, and South Africa could be a problem because I might have to redo that one because I added Guyana. Because there's like this huge chunk of land in South Africa that's like, belongs to France, and that's why I didn't have it there. But it's like, I was going to put it in the France as part of France, but then I switched it and put it in South Africa. And, but I didn't do that with Hawaii. I kept Hawaii in America, so it's like that's inconsistent. So maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I don't know. Hopefully, maybe I already put it in, but anyway, you have the link to the countries that goes across in the page, so it goes really fast, the link, so it's great for the test, the horizontal to vertical test for the country. And I also am gonna, you know, have that for the yeah, well, in the world for the whole subregion. But anyway, yeah, but also below it, it's the links to all of the countries in that time zone. So not just the countries in that page, but it's so condensed that you have the name of the subregion, and then the countries are represented just by 20 by 20 pixel icons that you can see, you know them. And when you zoom in, you double tap and it takes it up and you see it all. But you click on it and it takes you to that country. So it takes you to that page, but that country of the page takes you to the horizontal part of it. So you can see the, you know, the list of everything that happened, and then when it's done, you know, the horizontal icons, we can do the test. It'll basically, yeah, it takes you to the test for that country, but not the top part where it has the the leadership below it. It takes you to the vertical part of the timeline. And the advantage of taking the test, because you can take the test in both locations, where it's at the horizontal part at the top, but also the vertical part below. Like you can see that on my North Europe 1500 to 2000 page England now. But so the advantage of doing it on the top is because you can see, you can superimpose all the different countries in that subregion if you have the phone like this, which is cool. Or you can see the leadership if you have the phone vertical, horizontal, yeah, or vertical. You can see the leadership of that country below it, which is part of it. But if you zoom around the different countries and you're doing it at the vertical part, right above it is where the time period is. So it reminds you where the time period is, what decade you're in. I mean, what 100-year span you're in, so what decades you're looking at. So that's why it links directly to there. And so, yeah, you can just warp drive zoom to anywhere. And you know, when you have good internet, it's so fast that you don't even notice you're on a different page. You're just like zooming to every single country in that time period. And then if you want to go to another time period, right next to where you are, there's the arrow, and you can go to one back. or you can scroll to the right and go one forward. And now you're at a whole, you know, you go to the top, and then that mother lode takes you to a whole another different one. I think I'm going to make a page. Not anytime soon. Whenever I get around to it. But I could put, see, that's for all that gets, I should put it on my education page, actually. Because that one little thing, it's maybe this wide, this tall, and goes across. That's for every country, you know, in that time period. And I have 32 of them, of those time periods. So if I stack 32 of those on top of each other, you could instantaneously link to that country for that time period, and it'll show how many there are. And it's just the perfect, I think I'm going to do it. Because it's not that much space. It's the perfect, I probably thought of this before and then just forgot about it. But yeah, it's the perfect condensation of representing all of those countries and all those times. Yeah, and it sucks because, like, I'm, like, wrapping all of this up right around the same time freaking Trump is going to take over. Going to totally change the map of the world. And it was like, great. Before I'm even done with my timeline, the world expired. So, anyway, so that's what I'm up to. It's, yeah, now I'm like, damn it, I have to get it fixed. Because once I fix that, you know, I can then do the tour, and then put that on YouTube, you know. But, as soon as I'm done, hopefully like tomorrow, I'm hoping tomorrow. And if there's snafus, day after tomorrow, you know, maybe this weekend, but like be done in a couple days. Because then I could do the final step of just pasting in the mother lode. Once I make sure that it has, I guess, the Guyana on there. I had to place the Guyana flag. And I was going to have to paste, the new mother lode on their linker on there anyway, because I changed the fonts of the countries, you know. Each UN region, sub-region got its own font now too. And they all got the an image of the country linking to its KMZ, Google Earth. The image of the sub-region up there next to it. And so, yeah, I made enough edits to it. And then, yeah, I can paste it all on. Because it's such a simple operation, you know, there's no thinking involved. I might have to like change the location from the top, cut out the link from the top and put it into the same cell as where the links are on a lot of those. But it's that simple. So, but basically all I have to do is just click on it and paste it in, you know, for all those pages. Hundreds of pages over and over again, and I could like be walking on the treadmill or riding my bike, you know, getting in shape while I'm doing that. So that's a multitasker, just like how I'm studying. I can study and do that. And so basically I'll be done with the timeline template. Like, yeah, hopefully by like tomorrow. If everything goes smoothly, maybe today. If it's only the links I have to fix. But no, by like tomorrow, or maybe the day after, hopefully. And then on my second sweep, just so much can do in the first, and the second one's like I had to fix a lot too. It takes forever. But yeah, then I can start exercising. Because yeah, now I have a reason. And yeah, and then get my bikes fixed. I have this jumping bike that I have to get like assembled. I think I'll just blow my loan money on that, have them do it. So it's ready to go, so I can start like jumping. And then I have to get like a helmet. And my maybe pads, I don't know. Luckily I don't have to start doing it right away because it's like snowing out, but I don't even have to do classes there anyway. I don't think there's big jumps like that in Golden. That's where I'm assigned to. But so that'll make a good YouTube video when I do the tour of that, and then I can do the QR code. And the QR codes could be to the timeline too. Different countries in the timeline. So anyways, that's what I'm up to. I'm gonna go and I have a coffee that I made last night, and it's on the dining room table, my like coffee table. Throw that in the microwave and then drink it. I have to remember to have breakfast, cook oatmeal and have big oatmeal, because my problem is I wait too long in the day because I'm just working on that. But oh yeah, so because it's just spinning around, and the computer like a lot of time just spins. So I'm just there they're staring at it. Like if I had more discipline, I could be doing push-ups or whatever, lifting weights, but you never know how long it's going to spin for. So I've been listening to Sigmund Freud's collection, like every single thing he ever wrote on Audible, and I have like 6 hours left or something. I think I'm doing on a double speed. Yeah, but I can't listen to that forever. He's like, dude, they say he talks about sex a lot. Dude, that's an understatement. Like he gratuitously, he will not stop talking about sex or anything related to sex. Like, if somebody has a dream, it has to be a dream of a pussy or a dick. If somebody is shown like a tree over there, it has to remind him of an upside down scrotum. I mean, it's like he won't shut up about it. But he's doing like dream interpretation. Obviously, they're all about sex. But yeah, it's I was listening to that, but I'm smoking a lot of weed, and because it's so tedious. So I'm listening to a lot of music too. I was listening to Nightclub. I like techno tunes. So now I was doing like, it was reminding me of Nine Inch Nails, so I did like Nine Inch Nails, Sanctify. I'm gonna I was trying to set up some cool songs to listen to when I start riding my bike. Yeah, and I might even want to smoke weed for maybe the first couple of days, I don't know. Riding the bike, just to listen to the tunes. It's trippy. Anyways, that's enough talking. That's my vlog, so that's what I'm up to on the timeline. So the reason, just really quickly, why I'm doing the timeline, it's like makes a lot of reasons, but the quick, like throwing my 2 cents on, hey, let's respect borders. Look at the timeline I made. I was like, yeah. So then that's the idea, you respect borders. But like it's so, and then links to Google or stuff or whatever and all that. But it's still like, yeah, it's a way to memorize history. Like you can England, and then once you do England, it's like, well, let's zoom to another one. It makes you quickly zoom this, that, and next all over, and then zoom out and connect them. And it's a way to create a map of history in your head, because we can learn visually, and it helps you put a picture. Because I can picture it. Close my eyes and like picture somebody's face. I could picture my timeline, England, with all the different icons, and I know what they mean, so it helps me, memorize history. So, and then I think everybody can do that. And then the studying of it, you could ride your bike and walk and run on the treadmill while you study. Like, that's what I'm going to do. You can play the test, because all you have to do is hit the links. Anyways, I'm starting to get hungry. Did you just hear my stomach rumble? So, talk to you tomorrow.